Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to an edition of Friday Night Lights, Betting the Diagonal. The vibes are high, the lights are down, the rivers of Babylon are flowing. We've got Friday night action. We're here talking college football, whatever the fuck we want to talk about. We're the Betting the Diagonal boys. We're the boys you come to see. It's me, Morgan, a.k.a. Mo Watts, 26, with my boy, William, Billy the Kid, Billy FFD. Billy, happy Friday, baby. It's been a long week. We're here. How are you?
TGIF, buddy. I'm feeling great. Ooh. We had a very good date last night. I wanted to say shout out to you. You're back.
We are back again, baby.
He's back for the moment. I was also on Coastal last night. I wanted to give my boy a little shine, let him have it for himself. But I had all three of those spreads parlayed. It was a beautiful thing. Very profitable day for me yesterday. I'm happy you're back, though. You thought I was trying to reverse juju last night. I promise you I wasn't.
I still believe you were reverse jujuing me. You were working on it.
I was betting on the same thing.
It worked out well for me. I said to you while it was all happening, I was like, I remember the exact text I said. I said, there's 13-18 left in the third quarter. And then, not a noted math guy, there's 28-18
Yeah, there's a lot of time left.
There's 28-18 left in the game. So I felt good about it. I did not have a single worry in the world. I knew my Houston Cougars were going to get the job done. I knew that Coastal Carolina was just going to roll over Arkansas State. My boy here threw a little, there's a backdoor cover possibility right here. This guy.
I did it twice. I did it for the Houston game.
Twice at me.
I did it for the Houston game, and then I did it again for the Rams. I don't think I sent you the Rams one because you were already mad at me about the Houston thing.
I didn't know which one you were talking about, so I just assumed it was
both of them because the back door was open, and that's how I
both of them and was going to get. I was about to drive up, take 95 up to Long Island, and put some boots to asses for bad jujuing me.
Listen. That's how I get through a potential back door. I say, they're going to get back door. This game's over. I lost. I do it with my Islanders anytime they're on. They let up a goal. This team sucks. Worst team in the league. They're back to being garbage. You know what always happens?
Islanders shut out my Flyers the other night.
Of course they did, because the Flyers are garbage.
Okay.
It's reverse juju. Double reverse juju equals good juju. But I'm a juju master. We might have
to put a poll up for all of our viewers and listeners right now to see whose side you sit on with this one, with the double reverse juju theory that Billy's got going on here, or just my theory of you just put the bad juju out in the universe. You're fucking with me. You're trying to mess with me.
If I'm on the bet, it's got to be. I'm trying to make bad juju the bet. Why would I try to bad juju the bet? Doesn't make sense.
I think you're just enjoying seeing me down bad. You're enjoying kicking me down the street in the can.
I thoroughly enjoy losing money right alongside you. Let me tell you.
You've had a good time watching me down bad right now.
A little bit. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie.
We're coming back. We're climbing out of this hole. We're back in the positive for college football. Slowly but surely, we went 500 last night NFL. That's a start. All you need is a start. What does my boy Jim Carrey say? So you're saying there's a chance.
That's funny.
I like Friday night episodes. I'm not going to lie. I feel like we got great energy, great vibes going.
Yeah, no, we feel good. Because you know what? Another thing, it's not like midnight,
No, that is nice.
It's like 6 p.m. Nice. We're looking good, feeling better.
It is very nice to be recording at 6:12 instead of 11:45 at night while we're just dying and ready to fall asleep.
The sun's still up. I still have some pre-workout flowing through my veins. I feel great. I feel ready to talk about games.
I'm usually not drinking a beer when we do this too often anymore.
Yeah, rest in peace, the good old days. Trying to be a little more professional on the show.
Oh, yeah, right. We don't know what that word means. We're degenerates through and through.
Yeah, amen to that. Let's get into some games. Let's
talk football, the superior football, college football, baby. The band is playing. It's going to be amazing.
Let's talk about a degenerate bet. Talking about having no rules. Talking about not following, like being professional. I'm going to call this game what it should be. The Cum Bowl. UConn versus UMass. To me, I never thought I'd see the day where we talking UConn football on this show in a positive way. But I brought it up 2 weeks ago that UConn could be turning the corner after the coach quit on them. I believe that they did turn that corner. It's bad team versus bad team. UConn is just better. They played Vandy up to like the last minute of the game. What's an SEC team? Vandy would have beaten the balls off of UMass without an issue. Would have won by 40. Give me the UConn team. They put it back-to-back good games. They just haven't been able to finish. It's easy. To me, it's easy. The Minutemen make Vandy look like a top 25 program. The line opened up at -1 in the favor of UMass. What? Who made that line? Doesn't make any sense to me. Quickly corrected. Call me crazy. I think the Huskies win by at least a touchdown, most likely double digits. Huskies are 4-0 against the spread versus a team with a losing record, and the Minutemen are 9-19 in their last 28 games as an underdog against the spread. Hate to see that. Give me the Huskies. UConn is back, not just a basketball school anymore.
I like that pick. Yeah. It's funny you said that. We're going to be talking about other things. We were talking about basketball schools earlier. I like that pick. UMass is not even a sports school. UMass is a smart people school. We don't get into UMass. We get into UConn, but we don't get into UMass.
Yeah.
Tell me the last athlete to come out of UMass. I'll stop you right there because you can't. It's Marcus Camby back in 1996. Last time there was a good athlete that came out of UMass.
And he had no business going to UMass.
No business. Someone got a little cheddar coming their way. Good for him. I do like that pick as well. I'm not going to touch it. I don't want to.
You got to ride.
I'm trying to keep my hands away from all the extra cum and everything. I don't need to get my hands in the cum bowl. So
the poverty bowl, if you don't want to call it the cum bowl.
We're going to stay away from that. I do like that pick, though. I think you're on the right side of that one for sure. Once they got rid of Randy Edsall, who had just completely checked out, their entire team checked out on him. It turned it around a little bit. We saw the first couple of weeks, they sucked. They were just getting hog-mollied every single week. They're starting to turn around now. The pride is starting to kick in. They do not want to get embarrassed every single week. My bad. I got this nice West Coast double IPA right here. Getting a little burpy.
Double IPA, just up your alley, buddy.
Yeah, I love it. No, I think it's a good pick and everything. All right, I'm going to talk about a game that you've been going back and forth on. I know you're kind of hanging off of it right now. You're looking at the total for this game. But the Michigan Wolverines versus the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I'm going to be on the Wolverines laying 3 points against the Cornhuskers. It's an interesting game. It's an interesting line. It's a weird line, right? A common thought is that Nebraska isn't very good. Well, they're actually somewhat decent. Yes, they laid an absolute egg against Illinois first week of the season. They got absolutely embarrassed. Since that point, Nebraska really has not been that bad. They've been able to move the ball. Their offense is actually averaging over 500 yards per game. They've been able to do some things. However, their defense is not that great. It's average. Big Ten average, not great. Their biggest weakness happens to be Michigan's biggest strength, the running game. They cannot struggle. They cannot stop the run very well. They are in the bottom 3 in the Big Ten against the run when it comes to their defense. Michigan is number 1 in the country, averaging 255 yards per game on the ground. They are going to pound it. With Cade McNamara at quarterback, they have had a strong game-managing style quarterback who is not turning the ball over, who also just happens to be able to run a little bit with his legs and pound the rock and everything. They're going to be able to run up and down the field, I believe, on Nebraska. I think this is going to be getting close to a double-digit win for Michigan. Michigan might be back. I don't know if they're national title type of back or even playoff type of back, but this is a start for that program. And then next year, when you have like J.J. McCarthy takes over at quarterback, new things are going to happen with this program. They have some nice pieces coming. The defense led for Michigan is led by Aiden Hutchinson at defensive end. Stud, absolutely beast of a defensive end, arguably a first-round talent. At worst, he's going to go in the second round just because a little bit of a lack of athleticism that he has. But they give up less than 290 yards per game of total offense off that defense. And they played some pretty decent teams. It's not like they've played a bunch of scrubs or anything. I love Michigan in this game. Let me go with that. Some trends I really look for this game that I do like a lot. Wolverines are 4-1 in their last 5 against the spread overall. They're also 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 October games. Opposite side of it, Nebraska's 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 October games. They're also 2-7 against the spread in their last 9 as a home underdog. So I'll take Michigan, lay in the field goal. We're going to win by at least 7.
I was originally on Michigan, and I've been talking with Mr. Mo Watts, Morgan Watkins himself, all day about this, trying to figure out what to do. Because on one side, I think Michigan's the much better team. On the other side, I don't think Nebraska is that bad. Also, I think it's a letdown game for both teams coming off big wins. I don't know what to think. I think the line is like, I don't know, it's a little trappy. I've gone back and forth. I wrote all these stats for the reason why I like Michigan. Now I don't like Michigan. Both the teams have covered the spread for the last 5 games. I've changed my mind to the under, and I think it's going to be a double letdown game. Both teams come out slow. Both teams had a big win last week. I don't. It's just weird. If I'm going to be on anything, I think it's going to be the under. Originally, I did lean Michigan, so I do agree with Morgan in my heart and my soul, but my gut's telling me it's a weird line, and I think I'm going to stay away. Real quick, couple stats about the under. In the Cornhuskers' last 7 games as a dog, the under is 7-0, and in the last 7 conference games, the under is 5-1-1. But on the flip side, Michigan has been hitting overs all year. It's strange game. I might completely lay off, but I do lean the under, and I do lean Michigan. So take what you want with that information. For me, something became very clear when I saw Wisconsin play, and it's that Graham Mertz shouldn't be a starting quarterback. I'm going to be on Illinois plus 11, and I may just be wild enough to sprinkle a little money line. Probably not, but I might. Graham Mertz is banged up. Big chest injury after a massive hit last weekend. There's questions whether he was going to play. It turns out he's going to play, which does nothing but make Wisconsin a worse team. This is not a play on Illinois. I don't think Illinois is a great team. They struggle on defense, but it's more of a fade about how bad the Badgers are on offense. I don't think Wisconsin can put up enough points to cover a double-digit spread against anybody in the country. That's just how I see it. Even if Wisconsin is clearly in control, they're just going to run the ball, and they won't be able to do anything on offense. And, the game's going to be slow. It's going to be methodical. Give me the Illinois plus 11. Wisconsin converts only 23% of the time on third down. That's not how you win football games, especially in a conference game. It's that simple to me. It's that simple. I believe that you're on the same side. I think you think the same way as I do. Graham Mertz shouldn't be a starting quarterback, but that's just my opinion.
I completely agree with you on that one. I do not think that Graham Mertz. Well, here's a fun question. Think about this one real quick, and while I talk, you can think about it and give me an answer. Who's the worst quarterback, Bo Nix or Graham Mertz?
Graham Mertz.
Think so?
Not even close.
Right.
Bo Nix can do things with his legs. He can. There's games where he shines and games where he doesn't. But there's no games that Graham Mertz shines this year. Right. Bo Nix looked real good last week. He looked good. Playing for his life.
It happens. I agree with you on that pick, though. Illinois is definitely the pick. I also love the fact that it's Brett Bielema going up against his old school where he coached for a ton of years. That's going to be a nice little chance for like a little revenge.
They ended on real bad terms too.
Real bad terms. So he's going to want to beat his team. He's going to want to put it up there. Illinois might not win the game. They might not win. I like that. Yeah, exactly what you're doing. Sprinkle that money line a little bit. I like it. But I do love the Illinois line. Give me that plus 11 all day. Wisconsin stinks. It's crazy to think that Wisconsin is one of the worst teams in the Big Ten after just years of actually being pretty good. But until you get solid quarterback play, you're done. They don't have a good running back this year. They're a team built off running the ball. They don't have it this year. See you later, Wisconsin. It was nice knowing you, you losers. Nobody likes a Badger anyway. The only thing that Wisconsin's got going for them is jump around at Camp Randall. So
Is it really all that good?
I think it's pretty fucking sick.
I don't know. They showed it on TV that they're in the first week with all the fans back, and I was like,
I didn't like the first week one as much. It's nothing quite like Enter Sandman at Lane Stadium. Nothing like that. but it's still pretty good. I don't hate it too much. All right, next one I'm going to talk about. We're going to talk about another little rivalry that's going on. We got a lot of conference games going on this one. One of the biggest rivalries in all of college football, the Red River rivalry. Oklahoma Sooners versus the Texas Longhorns. If you know me, I do like Texas. I'm a big Texas guy. Texas and Tennessee are two of my teams. Oklahoma's going to win this game. Oklahoma's laying 3 points. They're absolutely going to win this game. Texas, for everyone who loves to say it, Texas is not back yet. It's the big thing. Texas is back. Nope. Horns down. They're not back. They got a couple years still to go. They're building something nice there, but it's not time. Spencer Rattler has not been that great. He has not looked like the odds-on Heisman favorite. He's not going to win the Heisman, but he is still a better quarterback in here, and quarterback play drives everything when it comes to football, let alone college football. Oklahoma's been rolling, obviously. They have won. They're undefeated this season. They haven't been really necessarily impressive in their wins, but they're winning. They're finding ways to win. And what we said in the beginning of the year, what I told you was their defense was what's going to decide their season for them. Their defense is only allowing 19 points per game, and they're giving up under 330 yards of total offense, which is pretty good. There's some pretty good offenses out there in the Big 12. The offense is actually, no one would have guessed, the offense is what is holding back Oklahoma this year. Who'd have thunk it? I never would have guessed that in the slightest bit. This rivalry, though, is one of the best that there's ever been in college football. Dating back to 2000, Oklahoma is 15-7 in this rivalry, and they've won 5 of the last 6 matchups. Texas, they've got some pieces growing. They have a nice quarterback in Casey Thompson. They have arguably the top running back in all of college football in, I'm going to probably mess up this name, Bijan Robinson. He is an absolute tank. However, they don't have enough right now to meet up with Oklahoma. Oklahoma's, like I said, Rattler can get the work job done. He needs to kind of perform. He is going to be playing for an NFL job and a first overall pick potential because there are quarterback-needed teams out there. Like I said, that offense hasn't looked as great, but they are still putting up 29 points per game. They're coming off a week where they put up 37 last week. Maybe they're starting to find some things, but I do like Oklahoma to cover the -3 in this one. I think they're going to win by probably close to 10, to be honest, just because they're in Texas's head right now.
Yeah, it's another game I flip-flop back and forth. This is something I'm not going to touch. At first, I was like, I agreed with you. Oh, Oklahoma's just a far superior team. I think Rattler does show up for this one. I think he does put himself back in the contention for Heisman, for whatever that's worth. He's not going to win it.
I think also Rattler, he's got to fend off Caleb Williams. Those Sooner fans, they're calling for Caleb Williams, who's a 5-star top 10 recruit in the country. Like, Sooner fans are not all that pleased with Rattler. They don't love his demeanor. They don't love how he doesn't necessarily shows off that he doesn't care for the fans or anything. He doesn't play for the fans and stuff like that. He's about him, and which, if you've watched Last Chance you know that he is about him. He only cares about himself and everything. Not a Rattler guy. I'm not a fan of his or anything.
Not either.
He's got talent, but he is. I wouldn't want him anywhere near my team. But he's got to fend it off because there's a shot if he doesn't pick it up and even play better. Yeah, he's been decent. Caleb Williams is a very good quarterback. He's a guy in 2-3 years we're talking about possible first overall pick also. So I can see Caleb Williams starting to get some. I do my mock drafts way out. I got to look out for who my next quarterback might be. I can't wait to next year's draft show because I know exactly who I want on the Eagles. Happens to be splitting time share down there in Gainesville right now.
I don't want to change the topic real quick, but breaking news: Russell Wilson.
Yep.
Yeah, will need finger surgery. Out 6 to 8 weeks. Hate to see it. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
We are on a sports show. It's breaking news. Yeah, everybody will see it by the time it comes out. But yeah.
For us, it was brand new, so it is what it is. But yeah, I'm going to be on the -3 for Oklahoma in there. I think Oklahoma's going to win this game by double digits.
Woo! All right. I'm going to switch up the pace. Another conference game, but a different level of play. Let's just call it that. Little Maction never hurt anybody besides Mr. Mo Watts.
I love some Maction.
Yeah, I know he loves his Maction. We're almost at Maction Wednesdays. It's almost coming up. First week in November. Well, Western Michigan -11 versus Ball State will be my pick. Western Michigan has been a ride or die team for me this year. They've cashed me out 3 times. All 3 times I've placed a bet on them. I expect that to continue this week against a weak Ball State team. Who Ball State beat the balls off of them last year. I'm not gonna beat around that bush, but Western Michigan this year means business. than the more talented team, better quarterback play. They have the rushing offense as top half of the league, top half in the country, just under 200 yards a game, as well as the passing attack that throws for an average 240 yards per game. And their defense is giving up only 299 yards per game, total yards, that is. It's good for 23rd in the country. Good defense, great quarterback play. Ball State on the other side, giving up 406 yards per game, almost 230 of them on the ground, which is bottom half of the entire country, ranking 115th. Not great, Bob. Not great. Western Michigan has faced and beaten much tougher opponents than Ball State this year. They should handle Ball State with ease, probably win by 20 plus. The Broncos 9-3-1 against the spread of the last 13 home games, and if you want to have a play on the total, I do lean over. Over is 4-1 the last 5 meetings between the two teams. Western Michigan -11. Lock me in, boss. This is my cash cow for college football this year. Everybody's got one.
I do like that. That's not bad. You know, I love me. I get a little tingly when I hear action.
Oh,
I get a little excited. I'm actually just looking solely at Maction matchups right now because I love me some action. Where are my Toledo Rockets at? My boys over there. Got to represent that Ohio style. I'm not going to be talking action just yet. We'll wait once we get to Maction Wednesday. We'll get into that. However, we got to talk the best team in the country, the best team in the world, possibly the best team in the NFL, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Playing Texas A&M Aggies. Alabama is laying 18, hammering the 18, 100%. I'm also going to be on the over 50.5 points in this game. If you watched the NFL episode last week, I told you that I thought Buffalo could cover the 47 by themselves. They got to 40. It just sucked. The Texans couldn't do anything. This is going to be another one like this. I think Alabama can hit the 50 all by themselves, without a doubt. Texas A&M's defense is abysmal. It is absolutely terrible. It's the best defense Alabama's faced, but it's not good. That doesn't. What does that say for everybody else? Alabama's able to do plenty of stuff. Why do I like that even more? Mississippi State just went into Kyle Field at College Station and beat Texas A&M, who opened the season, if I'm not mistaken, the number 6 team in the country. Well, they're unranked now.
Hey, I did tell you 3 weeks ago A&M was the most overrated team.
They're extremely overrated.
In the country.
They do not have it. The offense has been absolutely terrible. They can't move the ball. Like I said, we're talking about Alabama here. Alabama is a juggernaut. They're a very clear 1 and 2 team in the country right now with Alabama and Georgia. And even with that, there's a big difference between Alabama and Georgia still. JT Daniels being hurt for Georgia, that's a massive. That could be linger for the entire season for them. Bryce Young right now is your Heisman winner. He is going to keep putting up Heisman-type numbers. This is a team that he's going to put up Heisman-type numbers against. There's just way too many weapons for Alabama. Yes, Alabama just lost one of their sophomore running backs to an ACL injury. They're a running back factory. They just throw another one out there, and he's going to put up 150 yards. It's unbelievable. So I will be on. I don't have to touch more. It's literally just Alabama is the better team. They're the best team. Alabama laying 18, over 50.5, and I'm going to be on Alabama first half at 9.5.
I will be on the same thing because I've learned my lesson after last week. You don't fade Alabama under any cost, and the first half is hit like 30 out of like the last 35 games or something like that. It's absurd. They'll be able to put up however many points they want against A&M, and I really hope Bryce not this game, because I've already placed a bet, but maybe next game, takes his foot off the throttle this way. Rattler can get not Rattler. What's his name?
Desmond Ridder.
Desmond Ridder. I'm sorry. That's my pick for Heisman. I think I can make a little bit of money off of that if that's possible. I have him at plus 1,800 right now, but that's neither here nor there. I will also be on Bama, both first half and full game.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. I've learned my lesson. Sorry, Tide. I've learned my lesson. Another conference game, the MWAC, as Mr. Mo Watts likes to call it, the Mountain West.
MWAC.
I will be on San Diego State minus 19.5 versus New Mexico. Morgan was very proud of me when I pulled this game.
He texted me his pick late last night, and I texted Bill. I was like, "Yo, man, let's record Friday. I am beat. I am exhausted. I have nothing. I have no prep ready or anything." And he sent me that text as I was falling asleep, as my little eyes were starting to close and everything. And he said, I'm going to be on San Diego State. I immediately was like, yes, that's my boy right there. And Billy, tell him why you're going to be on SDSU. Tell him why.
Simple. San Diego State ranks 10th in the country in the rushing attack, while the Lobos are literally the bottom, last in the country. Can't stop anybody against a run. New Mexico started the season with 2 wins, but since then, I don't know if you know this, Morgan, they've been outscored 92-23 in their last 3 games.
That's
Lost
not good.
all 3. No.
It's usually want it to be the other way, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
It's just how that's what I'd like if I was a coach. Last weekend, New Mexico, who was favored by double digits, who I told you to fade in the very last second of the show, if you listened, had just 1 first down on 18 plays in the first half versus Air Force. Not great. That ain't great. San Diego State, much better team on the run. New Mexico has not covered a single game this year, and it's not going to start this weekend against the top 25 team in San Diego State. Quick shout out to San Diego State. They've been a cash cow for me for not just football, but also basketball over the last 5 years. Love me some San Diego State, any sport. Give me the San Diego State minus 19.5.
Absolutely love it. Like I said to Billy last night, it's kind of alluded to it. San Diego State is a college football running back factory. They have consistently put out stud running backs in college. Maybe only a couple of them have really succeeded in the pros. Do you know who the number 1 running back to come out of San Diego State was? Hall of Famer, Mr. Marshall Faulk, SDSU, Aztec. But in recent year, they put out Rashard Penny. They put out Denell Pumphrey, both guys who have broke each other's rushing record for college football. They know how to run the ball. It's the same staff that's been in place. They're going to pound the ball on the Lobos. Lobos are going to get a little loco because they're not going to be able to stop the run at all in this game. I love that pick. I'm probably going to ride with you on that pick because I loved it so much. I didn't even realize that one when I was looking at everything last night. Great pick.
Thank you, sir.
All right. I got one last one we're going to talk about tonight. I got a couple leans. Penn State plus 2.5 is a lean against Iowa. That's the number 3 and the number 4 teams against each other. I love the under in that game. So that's a lean I have. But my favorite play of the week, and I was saying this to Billy pre-show as we're getting ready, doing our little prep skis. We're shooting the shit, joking back and forth and everything, having some fun. The Arkansas Razorbacks plus 6 versus the Ole Miss Rebels. Both teams got blown out last week, but they lost to the 2 best teams in the country. Ole Miss got hog-mollied by Alabama.
You love that word.
It's probably that, and I have a new favorite word that I use at work is bandwidth. I've been using that one all week. But got absolutely it was a track meet. They had no shot against Alabama at any point. Lane Kiffin comes out and says, "Get your popcorn ready." Oof. Lane Kiffin burnt the popcorn, and he did not show up for this one. Ole Miss got destroyed. Matt Corral really hurt his Heisman chances with that game because it was going to be a big shootout. The line for that total for that game was set at 80. I was right on that one and said their teams aren't hitting 80. They're not getting that high. Alabama is way too good for that to happen. Spot on for that. Arkansas, they lost 37-0 to Georgia. But you cannot sit there and tell me that Arkansas is a 6.5-point worse team than Ole Miss. These teams are very similar in their style of play, in their talent levels, and just how they've played the entire season. They both have two very strong quarterbacks. Obviously, Matt Corral, or maybe their Heisman runner-up now at this point. KJ Jefferson for Arkansas has been extremely strong for this year. He's healthy now. He got banged up 2 weeks ago. He was playing injured last week. He is healthier now, which will very much help them. KJ Jefferson's a very mobile quarterback, which plays great into what Arkansas does, very similar to Michigan. They run the football. Traylon Smith is a very strong running back. He's one of the best running backs in the SEC that nobody really knows about. Last season, these two teams met up against each other. Traylon Smith and that Arkansas backfield rushed for 210 yards and 4 touchdowns. Ole Miss doesn't stop the run. We saw Alabama run the ball at will against Ole Miss. They can't stop it or anything. I think this could be a high-scoring game between these two teams, and I think it's going to be a very close game. So if I'm getting almost a touchdown for Arkansas, absolutely. I'm also going to do a little sprinkle on Arkansas money line. Absolutely. I think Arkansas is a better team. They have a very strong program. They built it very well. Razorbacks, they're 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 games following a straight-up loss. They're also 11-4 against the spread in their last 15 as an underdog. Give me Arkansas +6. Give me Arkansas money line. I'm probably going to play the over in this game also.
I'm on Arkansas money line. It's one of my leans. It's going to be a play. I agree with everything you just said. I think after Ole Miss came out and embarrassed themselves, talking all that trash, rest in peace to your Matt Corral. Heisman tickets, those are all dead. You hate to see it. Hell of a quarterback. I don't think that he's going to beat this high-powered Arkansas team. I don't have any more official picks. I have some leans that will become picks. Promise you they will become picks because I've already started putting a couple of these in. First one, SMU versus Navy. SMU, one of the best passing offenses in the league versus one of the worst pass defenses in the league in Navy. Give me SMU -13. Arkansas, like he just talked about. Rutgers +5.5. I also might be sprinkling the money line in this one versus Michigan State, who is probably the most overrated team in the country. Rutgers is a top defense. I tried to explain to him a couple of weeks ago when Rutgers played Michigan, the real team in Michigan, that it would have been a close game. He didn't want to listen. This one's pretty clear to me. I think Rutgers wins outright. VTech money line. The wrong team is favored in this one. Enter Sandman during a Saturday night game. Notre Dame's going to be so rattled. They're going to have no idea what to do. Give me VTech. I think the wrong team is favored here anyway because VTech has the chance to still win the conference. Liberty -19.5 versus MTSU. Just think Liberty is a much better team. They bring back a lot of people from last year. BYU versus Boise. I'm leaning BYU. I didn't do a lot of research. I see a lot of sharp people on Boise though, so I may flip flop. But for now, I lean BYU. And then Kentucky -3 versus LSU. Coach O may have lost a locker room, according to beat reporters. He's on his way out, especially if he doesn't get the win. He's going to try real hard, but I think Kentucky is the better team.
Who said Coach O might be done?
You
Who
did.
said that a couple weeks ago?
You did.
Called that one? I said, I have a feeling O's going to be gone. Love Coach O. We're big Coach O guys. But I had a hunch that he might be on the way out if they don't get – I mean, that's a quick turnaround job there. You're not performing, you're gone. It doesn't matter if you won a title 2 years ago.
I've added another one. Eastern Carolina +10.
That's my boy. I do love your Liberty pick. I absolutely love the Liberty pick for sure. Malik Willis is one of the best quarterbacks that nobody talks about in the country. Former Auburn transfer. He's in a conversation for a first-round pick as well. Fun fact, Middle Tennessee, my dad's alma mater. Just going to throw that out there. They don't have a shot. They stink. You're exactly right.
They don't stink. They're a decent team. But
they stink
not against Liberty. Not against Liberty.
Another game that I'm actually leaning a lot that I really like is Air Force laying 5 against Wyoming. Air Force is actually a pretty solid team. So I do think that they're going to be able to do some things. I think they can win that game pretty handily. But I'm like Billy said, I'm sure I will have a bunch more leans. I got a little bit more research I need to do still on some things. I have some little guys out there that I want to touch on a little bit. So that was a very weirdly phrased sentence. I apologize to any children.
You should walk that one back. I'm
going to reverse that. We're going to take that, put us back in reverse. Put it in reverse, Terry. That came out wrong.
That never gets old. Put it in reverse, Terry.
Oh, load. But there will be a bunch more. I love Friday shows. We are off the rails on a Friday.
It's live Friday shows.
This is the best we've done. I was just thinking as you're talking VTech, we might have to do a live show from Lane Stadium one of these days. I want to go to Lane Stadium real bad.
That's easy to get to.
We're going to have to. It's just going to have to happen. I think the people want it. The people want it. We got to give the people what they want. I am a man of the people. I'm the people's champ. It's already been established well before. So, Bill, you got anything else you want to talk about tonight then, before we shut her down?
Not tonight. I already talked about the Wilder fight. I will be giving out the couple round props. I like 7, 8, 9 before it really gets into the championship rounds. I'm going to be giving out my opinions on some futures for the NHL. I'll be throwing it out on a Twitter thread. Probably Saturday. I'm not sure. Maybe Monday right before the season starts. Depends how wild of a day Saturday is for me. And I know Sunday is always jam-packed. Besides that, no. Just I have my DFS article be out tomorrow.
I hope you all listen to Billy's hockey picks. My boy's a big puck boy here. Big time puck boy.
62% last year.
He knows his shit in hockey. We don't agree on it. He thinks my Flyers stink. I think they're just aggressively mediocre. So I won't go.
There's
as far
value
as
there. There's value there.
There's definitely value there. We talked about the other night. There's a little bit in there. What was it? All plus 8,000, I think.
Yeah, real quick, I'll give my take on the Islanders.
I just wanted to tease it a little bit. I knew I could reel you in.
I'm just going to talk about the Islanders. I think the Islanders are a value play at plus 1,500 to win the Stanley Cup. But I will say the real value is they start their season, first 13 games on the road. Take them towards the end of the road trip right before they come home. The number's going to be better. They're going to struggle like by game 8 or 9. They're going to be down a couple games, looking ahead to get home to the brand new arena, which I will be in the house for. Can't wait. Right by the ice. Love it. Yeah, I like them. I like the Stars. I like the Hurricanes to win the Met. That's a good number. I don't have it in front of me. I'll drop all the info on Twitter. I
love the Hurricanes. I told you that last year. I think that's the best value of any team that there is this year.
I think they win the Met. I don't think that they have a chance to win the Cup. The Islanders own them.
The Islanders own them. I mean, the Islanders have choked 2 straight years in the semis, though.
Choked. They're the only team in the last 2 years to take Tampa to 7 games. Just saying. I'm just saying. Last year without our captain. Just saying.
Tampa's taking you out, though. Tampa's taking you down. It just takes a little bounce of a puck here or there.
Last year, there was a little cheating going on, but we'll not get into that. Let's not get into that.
I mean,
salary cap cheating, but hey.
For anyone out there and everything, Tampa is not the betting favorite to start the season, so you already get some value if you want to take Tampa for the 3-peat. Just going to throw that out there.
I don't even think that they win their division. I think that the Florida Panthers still remain hot. Everybody's darling from last year. They're the dark horse from last year. Going to come out real strong. Tampa never really cares about the regular season anyway. So I do think it's a good bet. Tampa's still the favorite in the division to win. Give me the Panthers in that. But besides that, we were going to do a whole episode, and we decided not to because Morgan doesn't know shit about puck. So there's no point.
Oh, I know plenty about puck.
You don't know puck about puck.
I just don't. You're the betting guy for. I can talk hockey all day with anybody.
Yeah, I mean you can talk, but it doesn't mean you're ever right.
I think
you're still wearing a Phillies headband, even though they're not even in the playoffs. Oof. Little dig.
All right. Guess I got to shop. I got to go on to junk.com, no free ads, and buy some new headbands, I guess.
Yeah, you do.
Whatever. Not like I'm wearing
I couldn't help it.
Eagles one anytime soon. So, but all right, that's our show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You can find Billy at Billy
FFD
at Betting the Diagonal. That's right. I'm Billy right now. I speak for us. You can find us at Betting the Diagonal. You can find our boy, our ex-third chair, Greg Gersh, at Greg Gersh. We're rocking 2 followers. That's right, 2 fingers for 2 followers for our boy Greggy. Let's see if we can get him something. We miss him. We wish him well. He stinks at picking games. What are you going to do? But I guess I can't say much. So It is what it is. It might just become a solo man show at some point. So you can find me at MoWatch26 at Betting the Diagonal. Wow, I just had a minor stroke right there.
You did. At Betting Diagonal. Follow FFD.
FFD podcast. The NFL article is finished. It's a wrap. It'll be posted possibly this evening, if not tomorrow. It'll be done and ready to go, so you guys can take a look at it. There's a couple picks in there that we did not talk about in the NFL show on Wednesday evening.
So here's a hint. It's more totals.
Shut up. Let me do my thing. Fucking little shit. God damn. Also put in the chat. We want to see Billy with the glasses on the stream here. Our boy Billy, he can pull off some glasses. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta gas the boys up, right? My boy here, he can put them up. This is a tough mug to look at for an hour and a half every single night, guys. It's tough. I talk to this kid every day. I'm sitting here watching him for 4 hours a week. My eyes hurt. It's tough. No wonder the 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock episodes are tough to do. My eyes are burning.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll accept that after the Phillies dig. I'll accept that.
But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for stopping in again. We are Betting the Diagonal. We will see you clowns next week.